Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. Act I Scene I the Duke's Palace. If music be the food of love, play on, give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again. It had a dying fall. Oh, it came on my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more, 'tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou that, notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, not enters there, of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical. Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hot, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ere since pursue me. So please my lord, I might not be admitted. But from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. But like a cloistress, she will veiled walk and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance. Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love, but to a brother, how will she love, when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied, and filled her sweet perfections with oneself king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers. Exeunt. Scene room into the sea coast, and what should I do in Illyria? My brother he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors? True, madam, and, to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor number saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves so long as I could see. For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority, the like of him. Know'st thou this country? Ay, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place. Orsino, I have heard my father name him, he was a bachelor then. And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know, what great ones do the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia, a virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 a month since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died. For whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men. Oh, that I served that lady and might not be delivered to the world, till I had made mine own occasion mellow, what my estate is. That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit, no, not the duke's. There is a fair behavior in thee, captain, and though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke, thou shalt present me as an eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit. Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be, when my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see. Scene Roman 3 Olivia's house. Scene Roman 4 the Duke's palace. Stand you a while aloof, Cesario, thou knowst no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her, be not denied access, stand at her doors, and tell them that thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience. Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me. Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds rather than make unprofited return. Oh, then unfold the passion of my love, surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes, she will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect. Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious, thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's pot. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all, if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine. I'll do my best to woo your lady, aside yet a bawful strife, where I woo myself would be his wife. Exeunt. Scene V Olivia's house. Give me my veil, Come, throw it on my face, we'll once more hear Orsino's embassy. 'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruel'st she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy. I see you what you are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the non-peril of beauty, with adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire. Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him, yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person, but yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago. If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense, I would not understand it. Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia? Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me. You might do much. What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more, unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me. I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty. Exit. What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art, thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit, do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast, soft, soft, unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio? Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him, would I or not, tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his laud, nor hold him up with hopes I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons fought. Hie thee, Malvolio. I know not what, and fear to find mine I too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so. Exit. Imprint this ebook is the product of many hours of hard work by volunteers for standard ebooks, and builds on the hard work of other literature lovers made possible by the public domain. This particular ebook is based on a transcription from Massachusetts Institute of Technology and on digital scans from the Hathai Trust Digital Library. The source text and artwork in this ebook are believed to be in the United States public domain. That is, they are believed to be free of copyright restrictions in the United States. They may still be copyrighted in other countries, so users located outside of the United States must check their local laws before using this ebook. The creators of, and contributors to, this ebook dedicate their contributions to the worldwide public domain via the terms in the CC 01.0 Universal Public Domain Dedication. For full license information, see the uncopyright at the end of this ebook. Standard eBooks is a volunteer-driven project that produces ebook editions of public domain literature using modern typography, technology, and editorial standards, and distributes them free of cost. You can download this and other ebooks carefully produced for true book lovers at Standard Books.org. Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. Uncopyright. May you do good and not evil. May you find forgiveness for yourself and forgive others. May you share freely, never taking more than you give. Copyright pages exist to tell you that you can't do something. Unlike them, this uncopyright page exists to tell you that the writing and artwork in this ebook are believed to be in the United States public domain. That is, they are believed to be free of copyright restrictions in the United States. The United States public domain represents our collective cultural heritage, and items in it are free for anyone in the United States to do almost anything at all with, without having to get permission. Copyright laws are different all over the world, and the source text or artwork in this ebook may still be copyrighted in other countries. If you're not located in the United States, you must check your local laws before using this ebook. Standard ebooks makes no representations regarding the copyright status of the source text or artwork in this ebook in any country other than the United States. Non-authorship activities performed on items that are in the public domain so-called sweat of the brow, work. Don't create a new copyright. That means that nobody can claim a new copyright on an item that is in the public domain for, among other things, work like digitization, mock-up, or typography. Regardless, the contributors to this ebook released their contributions under the terms in the CC 01.0 Universal Public Domain dedication, thus dedicating to the worldwide public domain all of the work they've done on this ebook, including but not limited to metadata, the title page, imprint, colophon, this uncopyright, and any changes or enhancements to, or mock-up on, the original text and artwork. This dedication doesn't change the copyright status of the source text or artwork. We make this dedication in the interest of enriching our global cultural heritage, to promote free and libre culture around the world, and to give back to the unrestricted culture that has given all of us so much. Table of Contents Landmarks, Act Roman 2 Sinai the sea coast. The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's cot, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem spot, and I will go. Exit. Scene Roman to a street. I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me, sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring? Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she were but a love a dream. Disguise I see thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the propofalse in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we? For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love, as I am woman, now alas the day. What thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I, it is too hard a knot for me to untie. Exit. Scene Roman 3 Olivia's house. Sings, O mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear. Your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers meeting, every wise man's son doth know. Sings, what is love? 'Tis not hereafter, present mirth hath present laughter, what's to come is still unsure, in delay there lies no plenty, then come kiss me, sweet and 20, youth's stuff will not endure. Scene Roman 4 the Duke's palace. Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends, now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times, come but one verse. Seek him out and play the tune the while. Exit Curio. Music plays. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it remember me, for such as I am all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune? It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned. Thou dost speak masterly, my life upon't, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favour that it loves, hath it not, boy? Too old, by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and wan than women's are. Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent, for women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed, doth fall that very hour. And so they are, alas that they are so, to die, even when they to perfection grow. Oh, fellow, come, the song we had last night. Mock it, Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age. Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you, oh, prepare it? My pot of death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin let there be strown. Not a friend, greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save, lay me, oh, where sad true lover never find my grave, to weep there. Let all the rest give place. Curio and attendants retire. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands. The pots that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her, I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her and attracts my soul. Sooth, but you must say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered? There is no woman's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much, they lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but the palate, that suffer surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia. Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man, as it might be, perhaps. Were I a woman, I should your lordship. A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm i' the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy she sat like Patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love. I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady? Aye, that's the theme, to her in haste, give her this jewel, say my love can give no place, bide no dene, exeunt, scene v. Olivia's garden, reads, Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. No man must know, if this should be thee, Malvolio. Reads, I may command where I adore, but silence, like a lucrous knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gaw. Moai doth sway my life. Moai, this simulation is not as the former, and yet to crush this a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Soft, here follows prose, reads, if this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state, put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell. She that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud, I will read politic authors, I will baffle Sir Toby, I will wash off gross acquaintance, I will be point devise the very man. I do not now fool myself, to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late, she did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised? Here is yet a postscript, reads, thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling, thy smiles become thee well, therefore in my presence still smile, dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee, I will smile, I will do everything that thou wilt have me. Exit. Act Roman 3 Scene I Olivia's garden. This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons and the time, and, like the haggard, check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's ought, for folly that he wisely shows is fit, but wise men, folly fall'n, quite taint their wit. My servant, sir, 'twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment, your servant to the Count Orsino, youth. And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam. For him, I think not on him. For his thoughts, would they were blanks rather than filled with me? Madam, I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his behalf. Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres. Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me, you? Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you, in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake, and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So let me hear you speak. No, not a grise, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies. Why then, methinks 'tis time to smile again. O world, how apt the poor are to be proud! If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf? Clock strikes. The clock upbraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your were is alike to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west. Then westward ho, grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my laud by me. Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me. Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool. Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honour, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that, maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore haste no cause, but rather reason thus with reason fetter, love sought is good, but given unsought better. By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it save I alone. And so adieu, good madam, never more will I my master's tears to you deplore. Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart which now abhors to like his love. Exeunt. Scene Roman 2 Olivia's house. Scene Roman 3 A street. I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you. I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth, and not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy what might befall your travel, being skillless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit. My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks, and ever thanks, and one oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay, but were my worth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town? I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city. Would you'd pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once, in a sea-fight, gainst the count his galleys I did some service, of such note indeed, that were I ta'en here it would scarce be answered. The offence is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear. It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse. In the south suburbs at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whiles you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me. Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desire to purchase, and your staw, I think, is not for idle markets, sir. I'll be your purse-bearer and leave you for an hour. Scene Roman 4 Olivia's garden. I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil, and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio? Go call him hither. Exit Maria. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion. Give me, Reeds. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow. Reeds. Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind, why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason fought. Reeds. Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou least in thy throat, that is not the matter I challenge thee for. Reeds. I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me. Reeds. Thou killest me like a rogue and a villain. Reeds. Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend as thou usest him, and thy swan enemy, Andrew Eggcheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot, I'll give it him. I have said too much unto a heart of stone and laid mine on a too unchary out. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong potent fault it is, that it but mocks reproof. With the same haviour that your passion bears goes on my master's grief. Here, wear this jewel for me, 'tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you, and I beseech you come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honour saved may upon asking give? How with mine honour may I give him that which I have given to you? Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell. Exit. Put up your sword. If this young gentleman have done offence, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you. One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will. No, sir, no jut. I know your favour well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well. I must obey to Viola. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do, now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort. What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and pot, being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability I'll lend you something. My having is not much, I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my coffer. Will you deny me now? Is't possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you. I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood. Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion. But oh how vile an idol proves this God! Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind, none can be called deformed but the unkind, virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks off-flourished by the devil. Methinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true that I, dear brother, be now tan for you. He named Sebastian, I my brother know yet living in my glass, even such and so in favour was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, colour, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love. Exit. Act Roman 4 scene I before Olivia's house. Go to, thou art a foolish fellow, let me be clear of thee. I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else, thou know'st not me. I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me, there's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment. Why, there's for thee, and there, are all the people mad, I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword. Will it be ever thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves, where manners ne'er were preached? Out of my sight. Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby, be gone. Exeunt Sir Toby, Sir Andrew, and Fabian. I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and thou unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me, he started one poor heart of mine in thee. What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense in leath steep, if it be thus to dream, still let me sleep. Scene room into Olivia's house. Singing. Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does. Singing. I am gone, sir, and anon, sir. I'll be with you again in a trice, like to the old vice, your need to sustain. Who, with dagger of loth, in his rage and his wrath, cries, ah, ha, to the devil, like a mad lad, pare thy nails, dad, adieu, good man devil. Exit. Scene Roman 3 Olivia's garden. This is the air, that is the glorious sun, this pearl she gave me, I do feel't and see't, and though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio, then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust, but that I am mad or else the lady's mad. Yet, if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs, and their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in't that is deceivable. But here the lady comes. Blame not this haste of mine, if you mean well. Now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by. There, before him, and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, whiles you are willing it shall come to note, what time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say? I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true. Then lead the way, good father, and heavens so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine. Exeunt. Act V. Scene I before Olivia's house. That face of his I do remember well. Yet, when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught and bulk unprizable, with which such scathful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter? Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the phoenix and her fraught from Candy, and this is he that did the tiger bod, when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him. He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction. Notable pirate, thou salt-water thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies? Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess, on base and ground enough, Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, that most ingrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love, without retention or restraint, all his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the danger of this adverse town. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing while one would wink. Denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before. Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company. Here comes the countess, now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me, but more of that anon. Take him aside. What would my lord but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me. If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling off to music. What, to perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithfulst offerings hath breathed out that ere devotion tended. What shall I do? Why should I not, had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love? A savage jealousy that sometimes savours nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favour, leave you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tended dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye, where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, to spite a raven's heart within a dove. And I, most jocund, apt and willingly, to do you rest, 1,000 deaths would die. After him I love more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more, by all mores, than e'er I shall love wife. If I do feign, you witnesses above punish my life for tainting of my love. Haste thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father. Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou know'st thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fear'st. O welcome, Father! Father, I charge thee, by thy reverence, here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me. A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function, by my testimony, since when, my watch hath told me, toward my grave I have travelled but 2 hours. O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet. Oh, do not swear, hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear. Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair, and hurt you not. I am sorry, madam, I have hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago. One face, one voice, one habit, and 2 persons, a natural perspective, that is and is not. Antonio, oh my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee? How have you made division of yourself? An apple, cleft in two, is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian? Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature, of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage? Of Messaline. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So when he suited to his watery tomb, if spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us. A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek, and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola, and died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years. Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years. If nothing lets to make us happy both but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune, do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord. To Olivia, so comes it, lady, you have been mistook, but nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived, you are betrothed both to a maid and man. Be not amazed, right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the gloss seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. To Viola, boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love woman like to me, and all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep as true in soul, as doth that orbed continent the fire that severs day from night. Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds. The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance, at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman, and follower of my lady's. He shall enlodge him, fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah? Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. Reads, by the Lord, madam, reads, by the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio. See him delivered, Fabian, bring him hither. Exit, Fabian. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on. To think me as well a sister as a wife, one day shall crown the alliance on't, so please you, here at my house and at my proper cost. Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. To Viola, your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress. I, my lord, this same. How now, Malvolio? Madam, you have done me wrong, notorious wrong. Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand, write from it if you can, in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, nor your invention, you can say none of this. Well, grant it then and tell me, in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings, and to frown upon Sir Toby and the light a people, and, acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on? Tell me why. Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though, I confess, much like the character, but out of question 'tis Maria's hand. And now, I do bethink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling, and in such forms which here were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause. Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come taint the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at. In hope it shall not, most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous pots we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a spotful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed. Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known and golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be, while you are a man, but when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen. Exeunt all, except clown, sings, when that I was and a little tiny boy with hey-ho. The wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate with hey-ho, etc., gainst knaves and thieves men shut their gate for the rain, etc., but when I came, alas, to wive with hey-ho, etc., by swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain, etc., but when I came unto my beds with hey-ho, etc., with tosspots still had drunken heads, for the rain, etc., a great while ago the world begun, with hey-ho, etc., but that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day. Exit. Colofon Twelfth Night was published in 1601 by William Shakespeare. This ebook was produced for Standard eBooks by Emma Sweeney, and is based on a transcription produced in 1993 by Jeremy Hilton for the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and on digital scans from the Hathai Trust Digital Library. Emendations to the text are provided by Open Source Shakespeare. The cover page is adapted from Olivia, Maria and Malvolio from Twelfth Night, Act Roman 3, Scene Roman 4, a painting completed in 1789 by Johann Heinrich Ramberg. The cover and title pages feature the League Spartan and Sots Mill Gaudi typefaces created in 2014 and 2009 by the League of Movable Type. This edition was released on July 8, 2025, 6:53 p.m., and is based on revision 11,583 DC. The first edition of this ebook was released on June 8, 2021, 6:43 p.m. You can check for updates to this ebook, view its revision history, or download it for different e-reading systems at standardbooksorg/ebooks/William Shakespeare/Twelfth Night. The volunteer-driven Standard eBooks project relies on readers like you to submit typos, corrections, and other improvements. Anyone can contribute at Standard Booksorg. Dramatis Personae Orsino, Duke of Illyria Sebastian, brother to Viola Antonio, a sea captain, friend to Sebastian, a sea captain, friend to Viola Valentine, gentleman attending on the Duke Curio, gentleman attending on the Duke Sir Toby Belch, uncle to Olivia Sir Andrew Agsheik Malvolio, steward to Olivia Fabian, servant to Olivia Fest, a clown, servant to Olivia Viola Maria, Olivia's woman lauds, priests, sailors, officers, musicians, and other attendants seen, a city in Illyria, and the seacoast near it. In notes, the original line was not in iambic pentameter. This is an attempt by editors to correct the meter by adding another iambic foot. SE, editor right. Twelfth Night,